table of players knocked over an obelisk that summoned a world-ending eldritch entity. And he had to explain to the head DM at the end of the session, like, I can't follow the same chapter as you guys anymore.
Yeah, basically, it's just a shit show, you know. It's a structured shit show.
Corey entered the waiting room.
Ooh. Oh, I got it. I miss Corey.
Man, the myth, the legend.
Do I know Corey?
Possibly.
I don't.
You hit accept, not reject, right?
Yeah, the blue one, isn't it?
Reject Corey.
I thought.
Oh. There we go. There's.
Oh, there we go.
Hey! Oh my gosh, what's going on, Corey?
Oh, I think you're muted.
Yeah, you're heckin' muted, my dude.
So heckin' muted.
There we
Oh,
go.
there's his voice.
I can see you on the screen.
So how's it going?
Oh, just loving it. Long drill. Longer than I expected it to be. But I'm back now.
That's the important part. So you said you already have your character ready?
Nice. Background.
Yes.
You can probably just leave your thing on. You don't have to mute yourself the whole time.
That's true. I'm just force of habit, I guess.
Mm-hmm. One of the org classes I'm in this semester, people are so bad about muting themselves and will like say shit about the professor and then get like roasted in the chat by everyone in the class. It's like, Lamau, that's so embarrassing. Someone into not coming back to the synchronous lecture. It was great. Well,
Some of those Hort ladies are super petty too. The ones that I've taken classes with anyway. So I can imagine.
Do you know, is John going to be able to make it tonight?
Let me call him. I know he's on his way back to New Jersey.
Okay.
And I doubt he's made his character. So
Okay.
not like he's a paladin, which would be the really important person to have or anything.
Well, if it will be better. Tim is not able to make it today, so.
Well, it's a good introductory then. John's played and DM'd before.
Okay.
I'm really giddy about it. Oh, they're only seeing like half of it.
I texted him. I don't think he'll be here.
Okay. That is A-okay. We'll find a way to, Tim and Megan didn't end up making it this time either, so we can have some way to get everyone in the first session next week if they're able to make it, but the train don't stop for nobody.
I like that.
We're going to go ahead and get ready. So what I'll say first, we should go around and introduce our people characters, just because I know all of you don't know everyone else. So I am Alex. Foreseeably, I am the thread of string that binds you all together. I assume you know who I am. Then to my left, we have...
I'm Laura. I don't know. I'm a wildlife and fisheries major. I know Alex and everyone but Corey. So it's nice to meet you, Corey.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
If I imagine you two are physically here, I see Connor would be next in our circle.
Hey, I'm Connor. I know everyone here except for Corey, so also nice to meet you. I'm
Nice.
used to go to WVU, but I have since transferred to Rutgers here in New Jersey.
Nice. Oh, well then just pick up Timon because he's probably a couple miles from you.
He's probably not too far.
Yeah. I don't even know what town he's in, to be honest.
Next in the circle will actually be Corey this time.
Oh, hello. I'm Corey, as you all said my name. I guess you know that now. I'm a forestry major, and about once a month I have to go do drill. So that was today, but I'm back.
Corey and I met, we were in Dendro together, right? Was the first
Oh,
class.
yeah. I think, was it just Dendro, or did we also take Jing Jing's class?
No, I haven't taken Jing. By the time I got ready for anything, Jing Jing was gone.
Oh,
So,
then just that.
I want to say we had another class.
We had plant prop with Davis.
Yes. Okay.
I have him for woody plants.
That one's fun. It's dendrology, but like not as bad and mixed in with ornamental plants.
He's not really doing anything because I think he refuses to adapt to computers. So he's like, well, we'll call it off for the next 3 weeks. All right.
That sounds like the man was fooling no one. It was very clear that he was getting drunk during class, and what was McDonald's cup was not,
It's phenomenal.
a Sprite or anything. A couple times I've seen him actually pull out a flask and like take a sip. So he's great. I love him. All right, so next we have Jake.
I'm Jake. I'm also a wildlife fisheries major. I think I know everyone except for Corey. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Probably won't see me because I'm sitting on the couch closest to the
I
laptop.
see your face just barely now.
That's probably where I'll be for most of the game.
And then finally we have Ryan.
Hello, I'm Ryan. I'm more or less a wildlife major. My main interest is ornithology, and I pretty much know everybody here except Corey. So hello.
Ryan, we've had classes together.
Oh really? I'm just dumb, and I don't even recognize you.
And also, we've played D&D together, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wait.
You should. Yeah, he was in the.
Wait.
In fact, he sat where Laura's sitting now.
Wait.
You were the dwarf. What was your class? You were.
I was a ranger.
Yeah, you were dwarf ranger in the Underdark. Remember, you drew the deck of many things and got really stupid.
Yes, I remember that.
You just don't remember Corey.
Yeah, I just don't remember Corey.
The deck of many things worked too well.
It'll make its way into this campaign again, but of course, unless you have a reason to know what the deck of many things is, you don't know what the deck of many things is.
Yeah,
Right.
we had the computer class with Wong together.
Oh gosh, intro?
Okay.
Oh, computing natural resources.
Yeah.
I had that last semester.
That thing was annoying.
Well, then we probably had that together
Yeah,
too.
we were in class together. Probably we just didn't talk.
I talk a lot.
We probably saw each other, just didn't recognize it.
I definitely
yeah.
came up and said hi to you.
Probably.
I have no idea why you don't remember me. That's okay.
Huh.
Wait,
My bad.
I'm trying to figure. Are you the one? I'm like, are you the very tall one with the very weird? Were you? No, you were not.
I was
the
gonna say
one.
I wouldn't call. Oh, you're talking in the game.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I wouldn't call Corey necessarily tall. Sorry, Corey.
Well, 6'1's only taller than average, but not like super tall.
You're basically my height.
Yeah. That's true. You'd have to be probably 6'7" to be considered tall by your standards.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you. You're fine.
I just find it funny that we're all finding out that we're just in the same class.
I have Wong again, and it's so bad over
Yeah.
computer. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Okay. Something. Okay.
All right. So is there anything before we get started that needs to be hashed out, or are we ready to start? I'm going to lay some background. We're going to go around again and share stuff about player characters, but is there any points of order before we get down to business?
Let's get down to business.
All right, hearing none,
Yay.
gotta get my heckin' spoopy background music on.
Wow, wow.
The speaker may have turned off if you can't connect. But
Speaker! There we go.
I don't know if you guys can hear it over.
Can you hear the spoofy?
All right, so you all have been contracted to take care of a growing werewolf problem outside of a small village. You all have different reasons for being part of this team. Some do it for money, some for glory. Some have been forced upon this by random chance. It is your job to decide why you are here. But now that you are here, you can advance to the next slide. You find yourself at dusk in the middle of a dark forest. You have worked together with this team for the last 2 days and have learned the following about your team members. We'll go around in circles and you share what people should already know about your character.
Okay, so I am Zelician. I am an elf druid. I am chaotic good. So my silver item is a trident. I also have a blowgun. Tell me if I'm doing this wrong.
No, just whatever you think people should know about you. If you haven't worked out your backstory yet, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't have my backstory worked out yet, but I'm very into nature. So my major skills are nature, survival, and perception. I'm high in wisdom and dexterity, and I'm pretty low in constitution.
All right, Connor, what did we learn about your character?
Could you say your name again really quick?
Zelician.
Is that with a Z?
Xilo.
I just said Zalicinient.
Hey Alex, do you have like a book or something that I can write on?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Scratch up my Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Unless I need to spell out her name.
I
like
just
the
write it
game,
how
I'm
it-
just
how
writing
it
how
sounds.
Are you an elf or a half elf? Elf or half elf?
Elf druid? So that means I'm half elf, half druid.
All right, Connor, what have we learned about your character?
So I appear to be a human male around somewhere in his 40s, with gray hair, scraggly hair coming down to about his neck, pale skin, and these orange, almost cat-like eyes. About medium build, musculature, and name is Rowan Lustwig, or you can call me Ro. And very sparse on the details of my background. The only thing that I have told everybody at this point would be that I'm from somewhere in the middle of Faerun near the inland sea. Other than that, Ro does not like talking about his life.
Okay. Corey, what have we learned about your character?
Hello, I'm Gaius Plitus. You can call me Pliny. Right now, I'm a junior officer out of Waterdeep. In the cavalry, I like to ride horses, and right now I'm writing a book on using javelins from the perspective of cavalry soldiers. Jaculaton Equestri. Very fascinating work. I'm so excited.
I love all the plininess of it.
Military scholar, I like it.
What's his name again?
Pliny. Pliny.
Perhaps someday I can have some books of yours on my shelf.
There's already one there.
It's already full.
I'm already. Look behind you.
Actually, if you want to count Pliny the Younger. So Jake, what have we learned about your character?
I am Alfton Rumbuckle. The voice may change over time. Who knows?
I feel you there.
I am a rather stout for a gnome, but about average height. I'm a gnome artificer, although I prefer inventor, and I will let you know that I am the best inventor and best creator of all kinds of machineries and mechanisms, no matter what the guild says about me. Let's not forget it.
Say your name one more time.
Alfton. Aulften.
Strangely enough, rum is one of the spirits we do not have with us on this table tonight.
Unfortunate.
I'll have to change that for next time. All right, Ryan, what have we learned about your character? I can see you're already starting to get into it.
Well, you just know my name. My name's Arthos. As you can see, I am a lizard folk. And all you really know is that I was new to the town, and I joined this group out of necessity and protection, and that's basically all you need to know.
Okay. So with formalities out of the way, you find yourself at the location on our screen. Your objective, hunting werewolves. What do you do?
I'm gonna make a knowledge nature check.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Just trying to figure out what I know about werewolf ecology. Where would be the best place to look for them?
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
All right. 13 plus.
So he's going to be rolling a d20 and adding his wisdom modifier. And that's going to give him a number, which I will translate to how successful he is.
So I rolled a 13, and then my modifier with my proficiency bonus is 6, so 19 on the nature check.
Okay, you know they like to follow river ravines. They follow water to locate their prey at night. And you can especially find their tracks when traveling in those areas.
I think I might want to try a class feature. It depends on if werewolves are fiends or not.
They are not.
They're not. Okay, never mind.
So perception is what you see.
Perception is what you see, so it's like you're looking around and trying to find something.
Any perception on whether or not there's a screen around?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. So perception is going to be wisdom, so add your wisdom modifier to that. 11? So you can hear off in the distance what sounds like it might be running water. That way.
I say we head there.
All right. So you
Trudge forward.
trudge forward that way. As you're walking, you find a carcass of a fox Looked like it just sort of keeled over, no real signs of any damage, but you just find a small canid spired on the ground as you're walking. You continue on, and you make it to, sure enough, there's a small stream with an embankment that you could climb down if you so choose.
You said there was a canid?
Yeah, like a dead fox.
I'm going to make an investigation check to find the cause of death.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
So,
So investigation is
11. I am untrained, but 11 plus 4 is 15.
no noticeable signs of death. Looks like it just died, but you also notice it's extra young, or not like super young, but it doesn't appear to have died of old age. It just sort of died.
So fascinating.
I'm Ro. I guess I'm gonna kneel down and I'm gonna see if I could just I'm just gonna like tie a rope around the leg and just sling it over my shoulder.
Oh, so you're trying to take this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. You can add a dead fox to your inventory.
So many.
Well, cold at night. Fur is a valuable resource out in the wilds.
Do you intend to collect the bones of this and recreate it, or perhaps stuff it?
I'm only after the fur. If you want the bones, I could set them aside for you.
Please.
I shall. As long as we have a safe place at night. But right now our quarry is the werewolves, so this will have to wait.
Of course. I get so distracted.
So you're at the river, or the stream ravine. There's sort of an embankment on the sides that you can climb down. There's not that much running water. It's maybe 2 or so feet deep.
I say we go down to look for tracks.
Can I see, because I have dark vision, night vision, can I do a perception check to see what's out there, but like once we go down, you make them what's in there?
So yes, you want to check for tracks, is what you're saying?
Yeah, or just check to see if there's anything that I can see that is maybe hostile, or if I see any animals.
Yeah.
So, I got 6 plus 2, I got 8.
8. You notice there's some indentations that don't look like they're from the river, but you can't really make out what you see. They could be tracks, they could be nothing.
Could I also make either, I guess, a perception, rather investigation if I can?
Yeah, so you want to check them out, see what they are? Yeah.
Perception or investigation?
I'd say investigation at this point.
Sweet.
That is a 9 plus.
Is it intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence then plus proficiency?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
If you're
9.
proficient in investigation.
I am, in fact. 9 plus 4. 15 plus 15.
15? Okay. They look very much like a large wolf track, but you can't be certain that they're a werewolf necessarily. And they lead down off to the right, following the ravine.
Something like a wolf went that way. I just kind of gesture.
So your skills are your.
Those are things you can add proficiency bonus to. So you can add +2 if you're proficient at it.
You said there was some tracks leading somewhere or something.
Jake, you were the one who discovered it. If you want.
There. I found something like a wolf track of that way. That way.
Well, I'd say
Yander?
that's a,
I mean, it's just
Say-
whichever
Yeah.
way.
I'd say that's as good a lead as any.
Is this area conducive to staying mounted?
Oh, you're on something?
Oh yeah, a horse.
Oh. You were writing a book. I didn't know we had a horse.
Oh yeah.
horse- The horse is doing okay.
Horsey things.
Yeah, it's doing horse stuff.
Can I ride it, or is the forest really thick?
No, you can ride it. We're in a river right now, like riverbed area.
Nice.
How deep is this river?
It's like 2 feet deep, maybe.
Okay. So,
There's like dry rocks and like
yeah,
that's where the tracks are in.
gotcha.
It's more for the smaller
It's
races.
very deep for me.
Yeah.
Can I use stealth and head down the river? See if I can use my night vision to see what's ahead.
Yes, you want to stealthfully move forward and scope it out.
Yeah.
All right, give me a stealth check. So that's going to be dexterity, and if you're proficient in stealth, which I believe you are, add your modifier. So. Oh, okay. You trip and fall face first into the water and make a giant splash.
Excellent bridge. Thank you, lizard folk. Man.
So basically,
You rolled a critical failure, which means whatever you were trying to do happens in like the negative nth degree. So you've made a noise that could have been heard at least a half mile down the road.
Well,
Pause and make sure nobody heard us. Or should we carry on?
I'm just thankful about our
I'm-
made a bridge for me.
Although the tactics do tend to favor the surprising party, I also think it might simplify the issue if they find us.
I was about to say it would be smart to look around to make sure we're not already the ones being tracked here.
So are you trying to make like do a
I want to try and just use perception and just kind of look around and make sure there's not something that's been following us the whole time, because we've only been looking forward basically.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that.
This is not. Okay. Perception. 15.
15. So there's normal noises in the woods, there's crickets, there's a hooting of an owl, random, crunch of leaves, but not in a discernible direction, nothing that leads you to believe that you're being followed or watched. But at this point, you hear what sounds like a deep howl coming from the direction that the tracks lead. Quite a bit difference. You don't feel like, it's not super close, but you can hear it. And you can discern the direction it's coming from.
Well, I'd say that's pretty cut and dry.
I
Say we
think
push
we ought to
towards-
go that way. Yeah.
I agree.
So go ahead and advance to the next slide. All right. In following the river stream area, further towards the noise, you come to a forest clearing. It's deeper and darker. And at this point, you notice signs of a scuffle and a trail of blood leading off in that direction.
Yander?
Yeah, that way.
Well, I would say that would be indicative of something werewolf related.
I say we push forward carefully. I think I'm going to try and take the lead. We're doing marching order.
You push forward. As you move on, you walk for about 15 minutes following the trail of blood until you come across a carcass of a stag, and it's been pretty well picked clean.
Well, that was quick.
Hmm.
No other signs of any movement in the area. The tracks still continue in that various direction.
Yander?
Yep. I'm just making up directions at this point.
It's heading west, I think. Well,
I certainly don't mind taking point going a bit further forward. That is mostly what I am trained for in light cavalry. Is and then, of course, if I were to encounter something, I would return back to the party so that we could deal with it together.
Basically, you're bringing them to us.
Well,
It sounds like
possibly.
you're trying to scout ahead more than anything. Is that what I'm hearing?
If we do have to make contact, then we should do so with the smallest party possible. Big myself, I suppose. But yeah, then bring it back to the party who might be laying in ambush.
I think you're onto something there.
Very well. I'll ride ahead.
All right. You move forward. You go for about 10 minutes following the tracks until they lead you upon a gravel path, at which point the tracks aren't able to be followed at that point.
Are you guys still following at just a slower pace than my horse?
Yeah, I figured we would just kind of start walking, but you're obviously faster.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far ahead of the main party.
Yeah, I can't speak for everyone else, but I'm just gonna keep following you, but staggered.
Cool.
All right. So then you all have at this point, finding nothing as you walk ahead. The track leads right to a gravel road, and you can't discern any tracks at this point.
Gravel road. Can I look down, each end of the road and see if there's any smoke, fire, anything like that? Any indication of towns nearby?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
That'd be perception.
Yep.
That would be a 16.
Move to the next slide. Okay, move to the next slide. You see at the end of the path is a dark figure.
Who's that up ahead? State your name.
You get no response.
Sounds like a Grim Reaper to me.
It's certainly foreboding.
Watch the tree lines. I'm going to walk forward a bit. And I'll take about 5 steps forward. I don't know how far he is, but he seems pretty far. So I want to gauge a response if I start walking a little bit forward towards him.
There is no response, but it seems like it, without making any motions, has moved as far back as you moved forward from your perception. Everyone else notices no change.
I don't like this. This is unusual.
What's unusual?
Are you... He's moved.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't. He looks about as far away as he was when I haven't gotten any closer to him.
I'll move forward to where Connor's at.
You notice the exact same thing, but from Connor's perspective and the rest of the party, he hasn't moved.
He doesn't seem to have moved just now, as I moved.
I haven't encountered anything like this. I've been around for quite a while.
Not in all of my readings.
I have a thorn whip. I can pull him 10 feet closer. If we want to investigate that more.
I don't think that'd be a very smart idea to turn the thing with the giant, I don't know what type of thing that is, closer to us.
How far is that?
I'd say it's about 30 feet or so, but it's sort of shrouded in darkness almost. It doesn't appear very clear to you.
What time of day is it?
You're like heckin' spoopy nighttime.
Spoopy nighttime. Okay, well, I'll reach into my my pack and I'll pull out my tinderbox and torch and I'll just strike a torch.
Do you remember how far the light from a torch travels? Like how far is
I can look it up.
I want to say it was like right at 30 feet.
Okay. As you turn on the light, the dark figure, as the light reaches it, it as quickly as it appeared, disappears into thin air.
It's 20 foot. I lied.
Yeah, so it's 20-foot bright radius and then another dim light for another 20 feet.
Well, with the dim light, it's still the light makes it just disappear, not to a puff of smoke or anything. Just as soon as it appeared, it's now gone.
Everyone else, can you not see it anymore either?
Yeah, it's disappeared to all of you.
That was weird.
Hmm.
Might as well keep going.
Well, that's peculiar.
Let's push forward, but if anyone else has any lights, I suggest at least one more light source would be good.
I will light my torch off of your torch. Let us gingerly touch tips.
Yeah, I guess the two of us with light sources will just push further down the road where the figure was.
Oh,
That's what I'm going to do.
I'd like to take one of my pythons, my climbing spikes, and I want to use my, I want to tinker with it. Because as an artificer, I have magical tinkering. One of the effects I can give it is it sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light in a extra 5-foot radius.
It's okay.
And I'd like to hold my climbing spike very close to me like a little candle.
well, it seems like they've got this under the control. Let's go forward.
Yes, I agree.
All right. You continue forward on the gravel road. It leads to a small clearing in the forest. The trees are pretty well moved about. You see a Victorian-style house, maybe about 3 stories. It looks like a mansion, in fact. But down the road, next slide. Oh, this is the path. All right, next slide. You see 2 children. A soft whimpering draws your eyes in their direction, and it appears as though the older girl is attempting to shush the young boy. And they're the only beacon of movement in an otherwise lifeless road.
Children, I must advise that you go indoors during these hours. There's werewolves about.
The girl speaks to you and said, "But there's a monster in our house," and turns and points to the tall brick house that clearly has seen better days at this point.
Of what sort?
It's big and it makes a terrifying howl. Our parents went down in the basement to investigate, but they haven't come up. Our baby brother is in the 3rd floor in his crib. We're too afraid to go back inside. But we're starting to get worried.
Come with us. We don't want you caught out here, seeing as how you can't go back to your house.
The young boy speaks up and says, No, I won't go back in. I'm too scared.
Very well, stay here, child. We'll deal with this. Alas, our query is, nigh.
All right, so do you decide to go inside?
Flank around.
Maybe we should discuss this before just.
Yeah, we should.
I like to move around at the back.
You want to investigate the back of the house? Is that what you mean?
Stealthily move around at the back.
But you're quietly investigating around the house.
Yes, I guess yes.
All right, so roll for
Seeing
stealth.
what's behind it.
Roll for stealth.
plus 17.
Okay, and then roll for investigation.
I have 10.
Okay.
I got a 10, I don't have anything else for investigation.
You quietly sneak around the house. You find both a servant's quarters and a stable that are ruined beyond repair, like they're falling apart. You see a garden area that's clearly been neglected. All the plants have died. You see above the garden, there's a sign that reads Durst's Paradise.
What is that?
Durst, you assume it's a surname.
From the Latin paradiso, which is, of course, something very good, similar to heaven, if you believe in such a thing.
I want to talk to these kids more.
Okay.
What are your names?
The girl speaks up and says, "My name is Rose." And the young boy, peeking behind his sister, clutching his doll close to his hand, says, "My name's Thorn."
Can I return back to the group of children?
Yeah.
Okay. And can I ask them, so, how long have you been out here?
They both look at each other kind of confused and say, "We don't remember. It seems like a few hours."
Well, this is quite a stressful situation for young kids like you, so I
could
can't
just be
fault you
shock.
for getting. Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Agreed.
Are you too hungry?
No, we're just very scared.
I must admit, fellows, time is of the essence if there's indeed a werewolf inside.
Yes, I say we go in, but Rose, older of the two, do you know how to use a weapon? Now, I'm not asking you to go in, but should you need to defend yourself?
No, mother and father don't let us handle any weapons.
I'd like to offer my golden climbing spike to them and say, it is quite dark and scary out here. This might be of a comfort.
You see Thorn look towards the light, and you can see a glimmer of hope in his eyes. Just having that small kitten closer to him makes all this ordeal less scary. And Rose reaches out. Thank you so much. Of course, she's looking down at you. For though she is a child, you are quite short in stature.
I immediately pull out another one and make their one glow. It's quite scary out here.
What's the, what does the house look like? Is there like a balcony?
Perhaps if you switch to the next slide.
Oh?
Quaint.
I'm going to dismount and tie off my horse and draw my sword.
I'm sure if you went back to the stables where they used to be, there would be at least some place to tie him off.
Okay.
Rose, could you watch this for me? I just give Rose the carcass of the dead fox.
What better to comfort the child?
She looks at disgust and said, "Okay, just please help our parents and our baby brother."
Thank you, good kid. Just pat Rose on the head. And I mean, if you're hungry, feel free. I don't know what kids like.
I would like to,
Let's go inside.
I think I can get up to that balcony on the left side. Is that a balcony?
Not really. I wouldn't call it a balcony.
like a balcony, but does it like? Can you step out into that? Like, sorry,
Yeah.
that gate.
I think the house is in a state of outward ruin that makes you think maybe you shouldn't climb up it.
Get off bed, Tur.
Yes,
The damsels
I agree,
need us.
Pliny.
Onward. I've got
Yes,
a
there's
shield.
another kid
so
in there.
I'll,
We have
I'll
to
just go.
time is of the essence.
Oh, you're first.
Okay, but is anyone not going in the house?
Oh, I'm going in.
Oh yeah.
I think we should proceed with extreme caution.
No,
Especially since there's a third kid, they said, right?
As
their baby brother.
Oh,
I will
yeah,
say-
no, we gotta.
on the night of my death, fortes fortuna adjuvat. Fortune favors the bold. Onward.
Indeed.
So you enter the house, and switch to the next slide. All right, you enter in the top left corner. It's just a small entrance. Not really anything of note. Place to take off your shoes as you enter the manor.
I'd like to use a perception check to see what I can see with my vision.
Okay. The lights are on. Like you see, there's lanterns that are lit, oil lanterns. It's bright. It's not dark. It is illuminated as if the house is occupied.
Rose said that their baby brother was up on the third floor, I believe, and their parents went down into the basement, which I assume is likely where the werewolf is. But I would like to check on the child first before we check the basement.
All right, so you're still in the front room, top left corner.
I'm just talking to everyone else. They can disagree with me if they want, but
I must say that if the werewolf was in the stairwell, then I shall position myself atop the stair and it shan't get past me.
I'm just gonna tag along with these very tall, muscular men. I'm quite small.
I guess,
I'll just wait here if you want to go check on the kid.
yeah. I want to go. If we could push, because you said we were just in that little entrance, if we could push further into the house.
Yeah. Wall is going through further in the house.
I'll go.
Okay.
You guys.
All right.
I'm also going with them.
You enter the first hall. That's the. I should have a pointer or something like that. You enter the first hall. It's the
Will the
first.
mouse show up?
Yeah, it should.
Oh, okay. So here.
Yeah, you enter
Okay.
that first hall, and you notice a coat of arms with a. It looks like a lion. There's a. Looks like a type of clover. A bottle of wine, and then at the centerpiece, what shows the most is the head of a giant wolf.
And that's their coat of arms for the family, I assume.
Presumably, perhaps.
Is there any chance that this could be a trap?
Sounds like you suspected.
It could be, but
I say
when
we
there's children's lives at risk, I'd rather
But
risk the chance.
they could just be stating that to get us into the house, to get us to a point where they can surround us. I definitely don't. They've been out there for a few hours, so were they waiting for us to come along, or is there an actual vamp or a werewolf waiting, like killing their parents and waiting for us?
At the
Or
very
is it
best, it's ironic that there is the wolf's head. At the very worst, I guess we could assume that they deal with wolves. However, if lives are in danger, I must move forward.
Yes, I agree. We can't take the chance that it's an ambush. We have to assume that these children are in danger.
I am glad we discussed it.
I guess I want to push the door into the next room.
All right, you enter into the main hall. As you enter, you hear the sound of laughter and clinking silverware coming off to your, it would be straight ahead of you towards what seems to be a kitchen. As you look around, you can see what looks like a door leading in the opposite direction, and then a spiraling staircase. There's a few other rooms to the lower right of the map you see here, but the only noise you're hearing appears to be coming from the kitchen.
I feel deceived indeed if people are rejoicing in merriment and not concerned for their children's welfare.
Yes. Someone else hold this. I want to. Someone else want to take my torch?
I grab it immediately.
Okay, you hold it, and I want to just draw
More like
my. I want to draw my silver greatsword, and just have it at the ready.
Are you heading to the kitchen, or are you just?
Yeah. Well, first I want to draw my silver greatsword, and then I would like to investigate this, the source of this laughter. It is concerning, as you were bringing up, Pliny.
All right. Are you followed by anyone?
I equip my blowgun, and I will follow.
I would like to use my light crossbow and head up the staircase to get a vantage point in case anything runs out.
Okay, so you're heading up the staircase.
Not all the way up, but like
You're just going to stand on it.
yeah, I'm gonna stand like halfway up on it so I can have a vantage point in case.
Okay.
Bird's
I can
eye-
hold the
bird's
torch.
eye-
I'm going to the front door and looking outwards because I'm really suspicious about why kids would want us to go inside.
All right.
I'm gonna stand with Ryan, bird's eye view. So if anybody comes, any werewolves come, I can try to hit them with my blowgun and paralyze them
Okay.
before they get anyone.
I'm gonna keep the torch in one hand, put my hidden away, and get out my spell focus, my metal mechanical ball in one hand.
All right. So who all's proceeding to the kitchen? We're going to focus on that first.
Yes, Con, you're going to the kitchen, aren't you?
I was, yeah.
I'll tag along with them.
Okay.
He handed me the torch after all.
I appreciate the company, Alton.
You open the door,
I appreciate it.
you hear the laughter and clinking of silverware and glasses cease. Upon the great table, you see what appears to be quite a delicious-looking feast.
But no source of the sound.
Note the sound has disappeared, but left behind is still a grand feast. Every imaginable wine, roast beef, turkey, mashed potatoes. Delicious-looking feast indeed.
This is getting stranger by the minute.
Ro, what do you see?
There's nothing in here that could have made this sound, but there's a meal fit for a king in here. None of it eaten. And there's no source of a sound that could have made it. I don't see anybody laughing in here. I feel like the joke's on us. Dry humor. Love it.
Well, they are all investigating the kitchen and seeing things and whatnot. I'm gonna take on my axe and stealthily head up the stairs.
Okay. So you're heading up to the second floor.
Yes.
We'll come back to you.
Do I need to make an investigation check to a perception check to see anything further, or you already see everything that's in the?
If you have to ask if you can see more, you should probably roll for perception.
I'd like to, roll for perception in that dining room. 10 plus wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
11.
Nothing out of the ordinary. The feast looks, it's warm. It smells great. Nothing else out of the ordinary.
Austin, did you check under the table?
Kind of investigating under the table.
Yes. I mean, I don't know that you have to roll it, you're literally looking under the table.
That's true.
I don't know how you fail at looking under a table.
I'm already
Actually, roll it just in case you like get a crit fail, like on or something like that.
Grip on a chair leg.
Yes, there are chair legs under this table.
I mean, just about. There are chair legs under the table.
This table, in fact, has legs.
Glad we established that.
Are there any other? Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. You go.
Are there any doors leading to other parts of the house from in the kitchen, or just the one that I came in from?
There you can see there's a second door at the bottom of the kitchen that leads to another room, but there's no other place that leads to in the kitchen.
We're in the
I'm
kitchen.
gonna, I guess, head out that second door, but it seems like it would just take me back into the room that we were just in.
You're taken back into the Great Hall.
This is so. There's no way that whatever made the sound could have slipped out without us seeing.
I'm going to withdraw to the main room, with the staircase. But
Yeah.
definitely staying alert to anything. Actually, you know what? I'm going to shut the door and then try to block it off with something.
Okay. I think
That way,
there's got to be a couch or something in there if you want to barricade the door from the entrance hall.
Yeah, I'd like to do that because then at least the kids will be safe, even if we all die.
But is that our only
Forward thinking.
Of course, very optimistic.
But there's a garden. Is there a back door?
Nope.
Tiny.
so I'll be like holding the couch, and is it the only exit? I don't know. Is there another I should block?
Well, what if something bad happens and we can't get out?
This house has windows.
Then we'll die.
I gaze at my taller companions and say, are any of you willing to throw me out of them?
I set down the couch. Very well. I'm no longer blocking the door.
You're upstairs. Is there anything else you want to see on the first floor?
Well, is there a door to the basement that you guys saw?
The
None
stairs.
that we investigated. There's still quite a few doors here in this main room that we haven't looked. We've only been to the kitchen, but it seems there are still 3 more doors that we haven't opened yet.
Well, we can't simply walk into more doors.
Yeah.
How's it going?
So I'm gonna look for the staircase to the basement really quick and go with my original plan of just standing at the top.
You do not see any stairs or doors leading downward.
These children are daft.
Perhaps there's a... Did Arthos... So Arthos walked all around the house, or just part of it? Like the outside of the house? Like earlier? Arthos was walking around.
Yeah, he walked
Yes.
all the way around.
There was no, like, root cellar entrance or anything?
There was a stable, and what I saw was a servant's quarters.
Quite odd. Don't even know where
Indeed
the
so.
entrance to this basement is.
Well, shall we all go upstairs then?
Here's the only way is up.
I believe so. There's more rooms, but I think the child, the youngest one, is a pressing matter. I say we go up.
Quite frankly, I'd like to go to as little rooms as possible.
Onward and upward.
Right, so you all hit the second floor of the upper hall. All the oil lamps are lit, and you can see mounted on the wall. There is a mantelpiece and a wood-framed portrait of a family. You recognize the 2 children from before. There's a small golden plaque at the bottom of the framed painting that says the Dursts. You see presumably a father, a mother, and what appears to be a nursemaid holding a young baby boy. And someone roll an insight check.
What is
Intelligence.
Intelligence. I'll roll it.
Insight is wisdom.
Is it wisdom? Oh, shit, you're right.
Yes.
I can roll wisdom.
I have +1.
Oh, go ahead and switch to the next.
I'll give her advantage on it.
So I got 2 + 3, is that it?
So go ahead. Pliny is offering you advantage, so go ahead and roll again. And presumably you couldn't do any lower than that. So take the higher one you roll.
Oh no.
18.
Okay.
Plus your wisdom modifier. 21. Okay. You detect an immense scorn from who you assume is Mrs. Durst towards the nursemaid and the baby. Almost like she's shooting, daggers through her eyes. And,
What do your elf eyes see?
Yes, Paul, they tell us.
I was going to say, if you don't choose to share that with the party, they don't.
The nurse could have had in the funeral because that mother look at her with such depth in her eye.
You're kind of fading in and out. I didn't hear any of that. I'm sorry.
He thinks that the husband fucked nursemaid.
Ah.
Resents the baby and the maid.
Well, I'm more of a monster hunter than a marriage counselor, but
Gonna
let's go
say-
forward.
So we'll keep this in the back of our minds, but I think that we should go and investigate the child's room first and get that cleared and make
Does
sure.
seem more pressing than an episode of Mari.
That was the 3rd floor that the kid said their youngest brother was.
Yes, but does that mean including the basement? Or does that whole level?
Oh, is there another?
Can't trust kids.
They can't count.
Yeah, there is a heads up, but you're not sure whether they meant, the 3rd floor or the 3rd level.
Say we scour the floor.
Yes. The door to the right of the stair, it looks like a bedroom. I will go search in there.
Okay. I have to figure out which one that is on my map.
To the right as you come up the stairs. At the top of the stairs.
All right. You see, it's an undecorated bedroom. Contains a pair of beds with straw-stuffed mattresses. At the foot of each bed is a foot locker. You can see through the open closet doors that there are tidy servants' uniforms hanging from the hooks in the closet. But nothing else discernible other than the chests.
Why would there be a place for the servants to sleep if there's a servant's quarter in the back of the house?
Oh!
Hmm.
Unless they used to have a lot more servants.
Yes, for a household this large, it's odd that we've only run across 2 kids so far.
The place does seem to be in disrepair. Perhaps the servants' quarters outside are for the stable master.
Perhaps.
I'll make a perception check in there, just see what's going on. Ooh. 19.
It is a servant's quarter that appears to have nothing out of the ordinary.
Sweet.
Undecorated and cozy. That's more my style. Than this is all a bit too garish for my liking. But I guess I'll take the set of 2 doors above the bedroom.
Quick question. Did you say there was more than one style of uniform, or is it just like one gender?
I mean, there's male and female ones.
What was it?
There's like male and female articles
Interesting.
of clothing.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk into the office looking area, and then can I do a perception check to look in the desk and see if there's anything?
Okay, which room are you talking?
The one to the right.
One to the right.
Top right.
All right, so you enter in. You're checking the desk.
Mm-hmm. To see if there's anything
All right.
about these people.
So go ahead and roll for perception.
18. So then, what do
So you're adding for perception your wisdom modifier.
So 21 again.
All right, so you check the desk and you see there's a what appears to be a journal. You open it and it appears to be written by Mr. Durst. It details his trade, his life, but he describes as a darkness comes over the land and his story takes a much darker turn. He mentions nightmares, a growing despondency. His wife, Mrs. Durst, becomes cold. He's driven into an affair with the nursemaid. He details various cult activities going on in the basement.
Various cult activities.
That's never
In the basement, again.
He
This
just
is like
writes
a-
about his affair. in
journal?
his journal.
He's a quick reader.
Yeah, I guess his wife's not much of a reader. Or he just doesn't care.
And as you continue to look, you actually find a book. I'm really going to suck at saying your name. How do I pronounce your name?
Zolician.
Zoliciant. You find a book that says The Life and Death of Zoliciant.
Wait, so it wasn't even a journal. This was like a book about this whole guy's life.
I mean, it was like a journal.
Oh, it was a journal. Okay, I thought it was like, wait.
Skimming through various
Uh-huh.
entries determined what.
Okay, gotcha.
So now Zolician is having a silent internal crisis.
I'll ask Zalissa what she's been reading, because I have a very vested interest in literature.
Read this.
Okay, so I found Mr. Durst's journal, and he's describing how he has had nightmares, his wife has become cold, and he had an affair with a nurse.
I knew it.
And he also mentioned cult activities that happen in the basement. So I think after we secure the child, it should be a priority to figure out what's going on down there.
Especially if there is no basement.
Starting to sound like this basement is a family secret.
I think the issue here is that Mr. Durst is blaming his wife for his affair. Anyway.
I'm more of a monster hunter. I'm not quite sure, but I trust your academic background.
Indeed.
I do think that possibly the servants' quarter is the basement behind the house. It could be like a
So
shelter, I guess, like in the back of that.
has
property
anyone... Sorry, Jared.
Are you going to open the book that says The Life and Death of Zoliciant?
I'm curious as, metagaming, like,
Can I investigate that further? Can I open the
Yeah.
book?
You open the book, and whatever chapter you turn to, it's a perfect description of your entire life up until this exact point. You read every part of the adventure you've had so far with this party, and entering the library, discovering the journal of Mr. Durst. As you read to the end, you come to where you're reading this exact book, and it describes a dark monster coming up behind you. As you turn, the last page is splattered in blood.
I shut it immediately and I put it in my backpack
All right.
and I look behind me.
scary book?
So, Lynn,
What was that with?
it looks as though you've seen a ghost.
I don't believe that I haven't.
Ghosts. Was something in that book odd? I don't like reading myself, but I'm not terrified of words.
I think that we should go and find the child.
Indeed,
Okay.
you've tarried too long here.
You're not gonna tell us what you saw?
No.
I'm gonna.
Very deep down and hope that it
Fair enough.
doesn't understand this. I will read it in private later.
I want to check the last set of doors in the main room that we have. So the leftmost room.
Okay. Is anyone following you?
I'm following.
Yeah, I'll tag along.
I'm right at his back. Yeah.
All right. So as you come in, you can hear what sounds like a soft whimpering coming from under the harpsichord.
I'm gonna rush over to look underneath.
All right, you look underneath and you find a small white dog, cute as can be, but clearly thin from lack of eating. It's terrified, but seems very happy to have met a somewhat friendly face.
Oh, I think in my what do I have in my there we go. Yeah, my explorer's pack. I'm not sure what the dog will think of dried rations, but I'll take out 1 day's worth of dried rations
The dog
for the dog.
gives it a sniff and then enthusiastically scarfs it down. Mood seems to have been lifted considerably.
Good dog. A
If
little
you
bit of
look on the collar, there's a name tag that says Lancelot.
Aw,
What's this say?
Lancelot.
Ah,
aw.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah.
As heartwarming as this is, I do believe there's a child to look after.
How big
There
is
is.
The dog I'm picturing is like a Shih Tzu.
Okay. So
I want to gauge the dog's reaction if I just take it under my arm, just like hold it on my side.
It allows you to do so, and he licks your face quite enthusiastically.
I'm taking the dog with us. Dogs can be quite useful in this kind of situations. They have sense far superior to our own. Their sense of smell is keen and useful for tracking beasts. Also, it's a cute dog.
Lancelot sounds like a dog name, and also since this is
Sounds like a dog
in
name.
like medieval Victorian fantasy, I assume he probably still has his nuts intact. That's just some flavor text.
Good to know.
Does anybody else see like the circle up near the top right? Does that look like a spiral staircase
Is
with
that
no
something we
entrance?
actually see?
I can't see.
Oh, really?
I think that's like the chimney.
Okay.
Like I don't actually think that's something you can interact with.
Okay,
It totes looks like a secret.
never mind.
It's probably gonna, be a secret staircase. But anyway, we're not supposed to know that.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
think that's the harpsichord.
So can
I don't know how that's different from a piano, but that's what the book says.
Can I inspect it, I guess?
Yeah,
Presumably an investigation.
yeah.
Maybe there's something peculiar about it. 3 plus 6, 9.
All right. You tap on the keys, and loud, deep chord comes from out the piano and sends a shiver down your spine.
I go, yeah, it works.
I don't like this house. Little house of horrors we have here. Except for the dog. Oh, it's nice. I say we've seen everything on this floor. Last floor it is, I think.
I'm seeing if him striking the key made anything else in the house move, or there was a noise as like a reaction to him striking the key.
Alright, go ahead and roll for perception.
16 plus 18. Wait, and then what's perception?
Wisdom.
Okay, 20.
Nothing really out of the ordinary. I mean, you hear it reverberating around the walls, but there's no clear reaction to it.
Okay.
This is no time for music. This is time to say.
Right?
Time to move on, fellas.
Yep.
Now, as you exit out the conservatory door and enter the middle of the hall, you hear the rattling of metal, and as you look, all four of the sets of armor at the edge of the Great Hall start to move. So everyone roll for initiative.
Oh yeah, first combat. First combat campaign.
You're rolling to determine who goes. Okay, so Laura, you're going first.
What do you add to initiative?
Jack.
1. Initiative 1.
Right, hold up. Let me make notes here. So Laura's first with Zolanthia. All right. Lower than 20, but still high.
I think mine is an 18. Yeah, 18.
All right. Lower than 18.
12.
Anyone beat 12? Okay. All right. Lower than 12. I know you got a 1. We're going to wait on you.
Unfortunate.
I also got a 1.
Alright, you're gonna have to talk me through this a little bit.
You will.
I think Corey's volume for some reason is there. You go.
Oh, you have a 1 too?
I also have a 1. I got quite startled.
I cannot hear. We cannot hear you at all.
You
I
okay?
think it's less of his. I think it's a connection thing.
No.
Yeah.
He's muted now.
Better?
No, I mean I can hear you slightly, but I don't think they can really.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what's been happening to them. Is sometimes they've. I don't know why he's pointing up. From my perspective, you guys are like up. But yeah, sometimes you guys get quieter, and I think the same thing's happening to Corey. And I don't think it's like. I think it's a Zoom thing.
I maybe don't deserve to talk because I rolled a 1.
You want to try like exiting out and coming back, Corey? See if that makes a difference? Like leaving the meeting and then.
I think he's trying to.
Connor, what were you?
Or do you
I got an 18.
accept?
Yeah,
Okay.
That was my initiative.
Presumably. Oh, he was 1. Okay, yeah. So
He was also a 1.
So it is Laura, then Connor, then me, then.
all right. So this is for, and also Jake, if you want to watch and see for him to come back. So rolling initiative is like when there's a combat encounter, you roll to see who reacts first. And so on your turn, you can do all of these. You can move up to your speed in feet. You can take one action, which is like an attack or some kind of other thing you do. You can communicate with speech, gestures, or both. And you can interact with one object or feature of the environment as you move or take your action.
okay. So can I only take one action? Are my actions
Go ahead
like,
and let him back in.
are my actions like my attacks and spellcasting?
Yes. So
Okay.
you can attack once or spellcast once. Unless you have multi-attack like Ryan, where he can attack twice.
So, okay, so my attacks would be like my trident or my blowgun.
Yes.
Spellcasting would be the other 4. Okay.
Test, test, test.
He's saying test. I can hear him, but
You can hear him saying test?
Hello?
I can hear him, but it's very quiet.
Hello? Hello?
I heard hello. It was just very
It's
quiet.
really faint.
Alright, so first off, let's turn off the music, see if that helps at all.
Are you wearing a headset?
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be that.
I mean, it was working though. I think it's less of something. I think it's just some sort of weird connection issue thing.
Maybe. Unplug my mic.
Hey Corey, do you want to use your phone and just call me on my cell phone and like use that as your audio?
I've also got the speaker that's built into the laptop, so I can switch to that. Can you hear me?
If you're trying to communicate, you're gonna have to use the chat. It's like,
He said he's going to try and switch to his laptop microphone.
okay, cool. Thanks, Connor. Being a great
Little translator.
interpreter.
Yeah.
I kind of.
Well, we're doing that if anyone wants to get a snack break real quick. Or use the restroom or whatever.
I want to try those brownies.
They're nice.
Oh my god. So am I been annoying at all to y'all?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, you're good.
I hope I'm not bothering you guys. This is my first time ever.
Oh no, not at all. You're perfectly fine. You're
Thank
doing good.
you for your patience.
Oh,
There you go.
hello.
Nice. That works. I can hear you perfectly.
Excellent.
You guys hear him?
Hello?
Whoa.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Well, Connor can hear me. That's all that matters.
There we go. the two frontline players.
I will speak with my sword.
Yeah, we're brown.
Yeah, they're really good.
Although I wouldn't underestimate this lizard folk. He's kind of mysterious, but
Yeah, don't know much about him. I'm curious to learn more.
Oh, me?
Oh yes, but I'm sure we'll find out. Quite a lot can be revealed through combat. A test of might, if you will.
That's so strange that you can hear me and they can't. I can't figure out why that would be.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm supposed to just read my stats to you guys.
My bad.
Sorry about that.
God.
Do you think they accidentally muted me? But then I
I'm-
would join.
Yeah, I'll ask that. Can you guys hear Corey right now?
Yeah?
Okay, never mind.
Oh, they're just ignoring us.
It's all right.
Right. So we're gonna
Okay, so in 2 turns, we're gonna kill them all, right?
Right.
Okay, good,
Just like we
good.
planned.
Yes, from the beginning.
Wait, I have a question before I get into it.
Yes.
So if I roll for perception, I have +3, and then I also have +2 perception. So do I have 5 total?
Yes.
Okay, I've been adding 3.
I specified just for flavor. My spellcasting focus is Tinker's Tools, but for flavor, it's a device I made that's like a metal ball that's like riveted in together with like ears coming out of it, like a lens on the front. That's flavor. That's my Tinker's Tools.
I like it.
Alright, so you guys are in the center, and there are 4 animated armors coming at you. The first to react is Laura with
Elysian.
Zillicient. So what do you do?
Like Maleficent with a Z.
Oh, I should probably roll for their initiative.
That's, yeah. See if any of them go before us.
Well, luckily, at least one of our characters will be able to get them before they get us. And then 2 of our characters are just gonna have a beating.
Okay, yeah, you're the first to react.
Okay, so I whip out my trident and throw it at the closest one to me.
Okay, so to attack, you're going to use your strength modifier for the trident. So roll a d20, add your strength modifier and your proficiency bonus. So it should be what you roll plus your strength modifier plus 2.
So 23.
Oh, did you already roll?
It's not, okay, so I roll again, it's not the one.
Yeah.
So, okay, I also have an attack bonus. So 5 plus my strength bonus is 6 plus, what did you say?
So the attack bonus is your 5. So that's what you add to that. So it would be a 10. I had you, the attack bonus is like your modifier and your proficiency added up. So it's plus 5 to what you roll.
Oh, so you don't add your. Oh yeah, because yeah.
So I would have 8 total. My attack bonus says plus 3. So
And
that's
then
just what I add to this. Which
plus
is
3 and then plus 2 for your proficiency with it. So that's what makes it 5. So it would be 10.
Okay.
Where's the plus 2 coming from?
Proficiency. You're proficient with the trident. If you're anything you're proficient with at first level, you add plus 2 to whatever you roll.
Okay. I trust you.
So you do not hit. Next is going to be Connor with, don't tell me, I have it written down. Rowan.
Rowan or Row for short.
Whoa.
All right.
Row. Okay. I am going to, so Celestia attacked one of them, right?
Yeah, but she didn't take damage on it.
Gotcha. I am going to first set Lancelot down. Stay behind us, pup. And then with my great sword, I'm going to attack the same suit of armor that Celestia tried to attack.
All right.
Ooh, that is not a great roll, but let's see what I add to it. Going to be a 10 to hit.
Nope.
Ah,
The armor that you both attacked gets its roll. What's your armor class, Laura?
I don't know.
AC should be the shield-shaped thing. Top of your
Oh, 15.
15. Okay, it misses. Next is another armor. Does not hit you. It starts with an A. Arthos. It's not you. Alfton. No.
Alton.
No, yeah, Alfton. Okay.
the gnome.
So next is going to be Brian with Arthos.
So I'd like to fight the one closest to us.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
so 16 plus 1. What?
plus 3 plus 2.
So 21.
21. Okay, you do hit. So roll for damage. What's your damage
Okay,
on the?
damage on bite is
And then add plus 3 for
so
strength.
4.
4. All right. It seems heavily damaged, but it's still up and moving.
And then
You get multi-attack too.
yes, I'd also like to shoot my crossbow at the furthest target.
Okay, so go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
20 plus strength.
What was that?
Is it nat 20?
That's a nat 20.
Okay.
That's 20 plus everything else.
So that's going to be
25.
Double damage.
Shit. Oh my god, 1d8. That's a 4.
Plus your 2 or your 3 for strength.
7.
7. Okay. So that takes down the one you hit.
So basically just
So that's one armor
So-
that, as you hit it, it just sort of all the armor falls apart. It
Which one
hits
was
the
that?
ground.
the one furthest from us.
Okay.
It's just pick one. It's gone.
Okay, so one bottom right corner.
And one that's heavily damaged. There's going to be another armor that's going to. It's the further one, but not the one that's going to attack yet. It's going to go for you.
Which one is you?
Arthos. It is not going to hit. Next, it's going to be Jake with Alfton.
Am I close to one of them?
Yeah, you can move to within melee range of any of them.
Well, how do melee spell? How do spell attacks work?
So what's your? You said you're a wizard.
Artifice. Yeah.
Artificer. So that's going to be your intelligence modifier.
So it's you roll plus intelligence modifier.
Yes.
I'd like to use Shock and Grasp. It's a cantrip. It's a melee. The description of it is make a melee spell attack against the target. You have an advantage on the attack roll if the target is wearing heavy armor. Does it count as them wearing heavy armor if they are heavy armor?
Wearing themselves.
I'd say so.
Cool.
My God.
Kinda is.
What do we call it?
You can re-roll that again.
10 and 12. So 12 plus, say, intelligence? 12 plus 4, 16.
Okay, it hits. So roll for damage.
Okay, the damage on this is 1d8. Is the 8? Yes. 2 lightning damage.
Okay, I mean it's hit. It's effective, but
I stick out my metal ball and just zap it. Zap it right in the leg.
All right, and then finally we have Cora with Pliny.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. My headset's working again. I'm going to hit one, the closest one.
Okay.
That might come as a surprise, I know. I'm going to hit it with my sword.
All right. Go ahead and roll for for hit.
I missed.
Well, what was it?
9.
Oh, 9 altogether.
Yeah.
That's not a hit. So back to
Cilician.
Cilician.
Jellicent.
There we go.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my trident on the one that is most damaged.
Okay.
12. So then I had 5 for that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
All right. So you hit. Roll for damage.
17.
17 plus your strength modifier.
Uh,
Oh no! Wait, hold on.
Say
Oh
what it is.
yeah. What's your damage? Nice. Your trident.
Plus 1d6.
Yeah. So roll a d6, and then add your strength modifier.
Should be the
Regular dice,
Oh, okay, you're right. Sorry.
and then plus
The attack bonus?
yeah. Okay, well, it had 1 hit point left, so you just, in fact, since you hit it so far above, I'm gonna say it just sort of splinters into shrapnel that just goes everywhere, but none of you are hurt.
Does the shrapnel hit the other ones? Cause any damage?
No.
I don't want to be picky or anything, but she said she threw it at the other.
It's close enough that you can.
So like, she can pick it back up and use it.
It's close enough that
Or did
it's
she
probably
just, like,
more of a
whiff it
jab.
across the-
I don't.
I think that was just me misspeaking.
Yeah, I think
I
it's more
used
of a
my
jab.
trident. Sorry. I
No,
wasn't
you're
paying
good.
attention.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be picky.
No, you're fine.
All right, so it's gonna be next is Connor with Rowan.
Yeah, row. Okay. I am going to, I guess, attack the same one that Pliny was attacking. Once again, my great sword. We'll get it eventually. Ah, we're not gonna get it. That one.
But today is not that day.
Cool with the nat 1 is you hit the person closest to you.
Okay.
So pick which party member's closest to you.
Probably Pliny.
All right, roll for damage.
Okay. Let's see. 2d6.
I'm fine. This is fine.
Oh God, this is gonna be bad. Right here. Yeah, 2d6. 2d6 plus 5 because I rolled insanely high on strength when I was making my character. Also, the 2d6 I rolled double sixes.
Oh,
So I do.
All right, Pliny, what
I do
what are your
19. What is it? Yeah, 19 points of damage.
12 plus 5,
okay? So
Sorry,
you're
not 19.
17.
17.
on your
Math-
turn,
Very important distinction because
Yeah,
I have
17.
nope, 14 hit points.
Oh,
So it didn't matter a whole lot.
well, you're still right though. I was wrong on my math.
Pliny's down.
For all the good that did me, I'm, I guess, 2 hit points closer to not being super dead, but I'm unconscious.
yeah, so you're gonna start doing death saves, unless someone like uses their action to stabilize you.
I can deal on my turn.
All right.
I'm just gonna like look down and be like, "Shit."
I am killed.
The appropriate
Response to me. Fuck.
Somebody help him.
I'm gonna hunt you.
Meanwhile, my sword is just covered in blood.
None of it the enemies.
All right. So the armors are gonna start doing their attacks. There's only 2 of them left.
There's only 2 left?
Yeah,
Okay.
two have gone down at this point. They're gonna miss. Second one going for Alfton. What's your armor class?
It is 12.
Okay, they are gonna hit you. You're gonna take 6 damage.
Okay. Okay.
But you're a wizard though, are you still up?
Yeah, I have 10 max.
Okay. What happened to my dice?
Can't was level 3, so
Oh, I think it's under that skill.
I do more artificer things. Being level 2 will be
Connor, I see the guilt.
I just sent a picture of the fateful dice. Oh my God, I swear if I kill you, first party encounter.
I
Oh my
really
God.
liked him too.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Alright, so next
Can't let him die. It's the first encounter.
next is gonna be Ryan with Arthos.
So I'm going to fight the closest armor.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll, see if you hit.
6 plus what? So
Okay, that's a hit. No, it's not.
Liar.
so attack bonus, right?
Sorry, I forgot what armor class I gave them. Okay, yeah, that's a hit.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. So I find him, and I got a 5 plus strength,
Mm-hmm.
so 8.
All right, so you take that one down. Let's go one more attack.
Okay. And at this point, have I reloaded my crossbow, or is it?
Yes. I don't. It's usable at the beginning of your turn. I don't count reloading it.
Okay, cool. So then I would shoot the other one,
Mm-hmm.
and I roll to see if I hit that one.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for damage and double it.
4 plus strength.
And then times
7.
2.
14.
Okay, this one is every bit as splintered as the one. Don't help me. Don't help me. Cilician. Cilician. Cool. Every bit is splintered. So the combat is over. You have a man down.
I'm gonna
Oh yeah.
run over and grab my orb. I'm gonna stick it over your chest, and a little like arm with a little like a what do you call it? Pen torches comes out and starts cauterizing your cut. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you. And look out stuff for Cure Wounds, first level. Spell 1d8.
Oh, that's an attack.
3 plus spellcasting modifier is. Oh wait. 3 plus my 10. There's 7 hit points for you.
Ooh.
And so you wake up and you have 7 hit points to you. I'm going to say you don't remember going down.
Man, I was just gonna reach down and take his hand and pull him up and just be like, "Oh, thank God!
You're all right, dude.
Oh, thank God!"
Blood-curdling scream when I realized that I'm being burned to death by a very small suit of armor.
I'm gonna rush over to one of the. Are any of the suits of armor still intact? Just
Yeah, there's 2 of them just fell apart. The other 2 were like
I'm
disintegrated.
gonna rush over and look in one for mechanisms because I just have to know what's making them move. For the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, did you save me?
Hmm?
I don't know what happened. Everything was black, and then you were helping me up. Are you an angel?
Yes, you were taken down by a suit of armor. Ignore the blood on the sword when the armor doesn't have any blood.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a
Ignore that.
perception check.
I would
I'm
say
lying, so probably insight.
insight.
Oh wait, shouldn't Connor to make it? It's a deception.
Oh, I should make a deception check.
Yeah. First, do you deceive him?
Yeah.
You sure did.
I might roll worse than you. I could be a really bad liar. Let's see. I get I got a 6.
8.
Oh, so you do know I'm lying.
Makes me think that's not exactly how that happened.
Maybe.
Well, all's well that ends well.
In all seriousness, though, apologies for that. I
For
My hand
what?
slipped on the blade.
I want you to say it. For what?
For what?
I may have cut you down a little bit. Maybe about the size of that gash on your torso, but it should be a really nice scar.
Do you think I'll still get ladies?
Oh, I bet they'll love the scar.
Jesus.
What kind of armor are you wearing, Corey?
Well, I was wearing a beautifully crafted breastplate. I guess he probably cut me right on my thigh because I'm wearing a skirt.
Hmm.
Well, there's a
would make more
technical
sense.
term for that, but yeah, I'm wearing like hoplite armor essentially.
Oh, yeah, so it'd make more sense if it was more.
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But you probably just nicked an artery on your thigh or something.
yeah. No big deal. If I didn't want these thighs to get hit, I'd probably cover them with something a bit better than a skirt.
I'm just gonna say if there was any damage to it, we have someone that knows mending.
I checked the burnt tips of my hair to see if any were cut in that swing.
All right, so with the encounter, with the animated armors completed, the small dog Lancelot returns to you, Rowan.
Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot that I am ruined.
We're going to go on leaving him.
Good dog. And just once again tucked under my arm.
Good thing the dog wasn't the closest thing to him.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I'm glad I told the dog to stay back.
That would have been terrible.
Just swing a sword. Oh, I didn't hit it. You hear a yelp. Oh my god!
All right, what do you do?
I
Shall
say
we go
head
check on the
upwards.
kiddo?
Yep, upwards and onwards yet again. Take two. Let's try this a bit
All right.
better.
Switch to the next slide.
Third floor.
All right, so this is where you end up at the very top of the stairs. It goes no further up.
Okay.
Is that another armored man directly in front of us?
No.
Okay.
Let's see if there's anything about that, though. It's not a thing to check.
I'm gonna go ahead and push that armor over.
All right, yeah, no, nothing out of ordinary in the room you're in right now.
I go investigate that little room, like straightforward, a little corridor area looking back.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I run up and give the suit of armor a kick and say, "Take that."
All right, so you go inside, Ryan. There's dusty shelves lining the walls of this room. A few of the shelves have folded seats, blankets, and old bars of soap. There's a cobweb-covered broom that leans against the far wall.
And that's in this main room that we just.
I'm gonna perception check to see if there's anything else.
Yeah. Ryan said he went in the small room in between the bathtub and I don't.
Oh,
The broom closet?
okay. Yeah, the little storage. Okay,
Yeah, that's where he
Got
went.
one.
little storage closet.
Cool. Gonna continue into the big bedroom. Or I guess the small bedroom.
I guess the one on the left.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in your room. So you enter the room and you see a specter floating. It appears to be the nursemaid from the picture on the second floor.
What the hell?
Maybe we should try talking this out.
What's in there, Pliny?
Um, uh, the nursemaid, in a sense, a somewhat less corporeal sense. Hello, ma'am.
She turns to look at you, and she has a sense of like confusion on her face. She asks, "Where am I? What happened to me?"
I could not answer that. You look a bit pale.
I look at her and go, "You're floating."
Also that.
She thinks for a second and considers this and then says, "Oh, that whore, Mrs. Durst, must have done me in."
Where's your child?
She turns to the crib that's in the room and says, "Don't wake my baby, he's sleeping."
I go and check the crib.
As you approach the crib, the nursemaid lets out a horrid shriek and then disappears.
I turn around and I turn back to look at the crib.
It is empty.
Fuck.
I wasn't even in the room for any of this, so I'm gonna hear the shriek and then like barge into the room and then be like,
You hear the fuck.
I'm gonna enter the room.
"You said there was a nurse?
Alone.
I don't see a nurse."
She was like a ghost nurse, and she said that Mrs. Durst must have killed her.
Well, a ghost. Okay.
Kind of a strange
Bad.
thing for a person to say that they're dead.
So where are we currently?
You're in the bedroom on the left.
Okay.
Can I do a perception check on the crib to see if there's any kind of idea of where the kid might be?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
I got 12 plus 2, 14, and then I add, so 17 plus what? So plus 11.
You notice that the linens inside the crib look like they were pretty well kept. Normally, there's not any major wrinkles, but you do notice it looks like they were overturned quickly, almost as if they were moved in a rather quick fashion. Perhaps the child was quickly removed from the crib.
Okay.
I wonder if that Beezy's gonna sacrifice the baby.
But everyone could probably tell that Ro is very much on guard because this is what he's as soon as learning that it was a specter of the nursemaid, because this is essentially what I've been trained to hunt for the past 40 years, is any sort of undead, fiendish creatures. So with one hand just kind of at the ready, waiting with the greatsword, and the other one holding Lancelot, and just looking around. And I think now that something is actually undead, Hunter's Bane. You have advantage on wisdom survival checks to track fey, fiends, and undead, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about them. If you are actively tracking one of these creature types, you cannot be surprised by any creature of that type. You can only be tracking one type of creature at a time.
Okay, so are you going to try to track?
Yeah, I guess I would like to, kind of track. Well, I guess first I would want to try and use, what are the intelligence checks to recall what I know about specters.
So you know that they are left over when the soul of a body is killed. Typically, there's either a trauma or there's some leftover business that they had left for which their spirit didn't ascend to the next plane. So you know that about ghosts. Is there something like more you're looking for, or?
No, I guess I just wanted the basic information. Then would there be, guess that she didn't really leave a trail or anything, so I don't know how.
Yeah, you didn't witness her, right? You weren't. In
I
the
didn't even witness her. I just know that there is a ghost somewhere, so I can't really track her right now.
Yeah.
Well, I would advise you that she was pretty friendly, although distressed to find out she was killed. Um, that might not agree with your worldview of the undead, but she didn't.
She wasn't particularly nasty.
She may not seem like it, but undead are a scourge on the realm of the living.
As you say.
I go and investigate the area with the black. What's the
Black area.
yeah, the one with the black chest looking thing?
Oh
Is that
yeah,
the-
what is that?
I thought that was the crib.
No. The crib is like in the room
That
towards
black
the bottom.
little brown thing.
Oh, that looks like it's got a door.
It looks like a cabinet.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, whatever. It's great.
That is.
All right, you enter. It looks like a storage. Well, no, it's not a storage room exactly. It's kind of like a washroom, like a bathroom. There's a mirror. There's a bathtub. There's various toiletries about.
Inside the bathtub, see if there's anything in there.
All right, go ahead and roll.
7 plus, is that perception or investigation?
Perception.
Okay, so. Here?
Your wisdom modifier.
Okay, so 11.
You don't see anything in the bathtub.
I don't think there's anything in here, fellas.
I'm gonna exit that bedroom and enter the other bedroom across the hall.
All right. Is anyone following?
I'm following,
Yeah,
my
okay.
axe is out.
As you enter the master bedroom, you see the hanging mummified corpse of Mr. Durst with a coat clasped in his hand.
I pissed myself just a little bit.
What is he clasping in his hands?
A note.
A note.
What are you guys
That's
looking at?
foreboding. I'm sure this room is full of more surprises, and I guess we'll walk in too. And I guess we'll also see what's going on.
Yeah.
Christ.
It seems like he's been here a while.
Yeah.
More than 2 hours.
If he's mummified, he must have been here for quite a while. So why are the kids... Something's very wrong here.
Something is certainly amiss with those children. They said there was a basement.
Couldn't find the basement. The house is full of horrible things. And their parents clearly can't even find the mother, and the father's been dead for a long time, so I don't know what the kids were even talking about.
And how do they said that they couldn't find their parents, but their dad is hanging mummified in the bedroom. It doesn't really sound like a hidden place where a child couldn't look.
They said something about there was a howl from the basement, and their parents went to go look for it.
Well, the dad's currently hanging on the ceiling.
That's why I'm confused as well. Also,
Did you not detect anything undead about those children?
I didn't, but at the same time, I don't quite have that capability. Some people of my order, of more experience than I could tell you, but unfortunately I am not quite as experienced as they are.
I guess they probably don't chop their friends in half either.
Probably not. They're
I'm gonna go check that desk next to the
Bougie tiger skin rug.
Mm-hmm.
Would some of us even know what tigers are? Like, at least I don't think I would have ever seen a tiger.
Certainly not. Well, actually, I'm from Waterdeep, so I've probably seen one at the market. It's a pretty big trading city.
Yeah, Waterdeep's a very large market city, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I would have ever seen a tiger before.
You said you like skins, don't you?
I do, and this
This
is
is
quite
a
different.
very rare skin. It's to a large cat species. It's related to the leopard. It's the tiger. Actually wrote a thesis on tigers at one point. Fascinating. Anyway, you could probably sell it for a lot of money if you sell skins.
So you find on the desk there's a jewelry box. The jewelry box appears to be made of silver and gold.
Go ahead and put that pocket.
So do you want to see what's in it? Or you're just taking the box?
This looks expensive.
I guess I'll look and see what's inside.
All right, inside are 3 gold rings worth 25 gold pieces each, and a platinum necklace with a topaz pendant worth 750 gold pieces.
I'm taking it.
And the jewelry box is worth about 75 gold pieces on its own.
Okay, I'm taking it. I'm putting it in my backpack.
What are you doing?
Can I? No. Turtle perception check to see what.
Yeah, are you seeing that he's pocketing this?
Just to watch him and see if he's
Pocketing all the money.
It's a 1.
The darkness shrouds around him. You even picture what he's doing.
We kind of say I look to see if someone's leg is in my view.
Yes, that seems
Someone's leg is
reasonable.
in my view.
All right, so go ahead and add to your inventory. You might need to write on the back, so you've got a pretty full inventory. So jewelry box, 75 gold pieces.
That's a lot of money.
You said 750 or 75?
75 for this one.
Lizard man, Mr. Moneybags all of a sudden.
And Mr. Moneybags, I got 1 silver.
Well, I have a horse.
Horse trumps all money.
Gold pieces for gold rings.
I could use that silver. I could make things with that.
And then the
Now-
necklace with a topaz pendant is 750 gold pieces.
Topaz?
Topaz.
We make it out of here. We're gonna visit a town. He's gonna walk into a shop and come out in like gold-plated armor.
Now, Pliny, this tiger, as you called it,
Yes,
do you know if their furs are warm?
of course. They're from the desert.
Wouldn't, in my experience hunting animals, wouldn't something in the desert want to be cool? I mean, I've never been to the desert myself, but I assume the hotter some places. No?
I've only read stories about it myself, but presumably it is a place where things need fur.
Well, I will take it with me and we'll see. I'm not quite about the... Money is very useful for supplies and such, but
you were
I
thinking the hot desert. No. The taiga, the cold desert, if you will, the Siberian waste of the tundra.
I see Siberian.
Siberia, that's someplace I haven't heard of, but
I read about it in a book.
I do know about cold places. I have quite a bit of experience with that. So
Yeah, that's where tigers are from.
I look at the
that must be why I haven't heard of it. Thank you for that information.
The more you know.
I will
and I say,
take
yes,
this with me.
I've seen many a nobleman come into the Craftsman's Guild wearing pantaloons made of this fine fur.
Well, if it's good enough for them, I suppose it's good enough for me. And I'm just gonna. I would assume it's quite large. So instead, I'm just going to take out a small knife, like a cutting knife, and just cut it completely in half. Because Ro is a utilitarian person rather than cares about the money about it. So he's just gonna completely ruin this nice fur rug and strap the half, like kind of like as a little cowl coming around here to here. Just kind of pull it.
I must say your techniques are unorthodox and your sense of style is lacking.
It's warm though.
I can help you shop for a skirt when we get back to town. This is the newest in armor fashion in the Waterdeep.
I think I'll pass. I much prefer my calves to be unfree of. I'm often through the forest and there's brambles, and I feel like my shins would thank me and my calves. If
Oh,
they're
but
not
I have
being
these greaves on my calves. It is only my thick thighs that are exposed. It helps with riding.
I can assume, but as I do not ride often, I think I will stick with my pantaloons, as Alfton seems to call them. I
Very
prefer
well.
briefs.
Those are they empty?
You can open the drawer.
Yeah, let's open the doors.
All right, you open the drawer, and you find a journal of Mrs. Durst
You find
this time.
6,000 gold
Don't do it.
pieces.
Don't open it.
Is something amiss? Zelosiant?
I found this journal from Mrs. Durst. What's open it?
Not I.
Was she an engineer? No? Okay.
Okay, no one wants to open it.
I am overcome with curiosity.
I had the journal to Pliny. You know good stuff.
I've got nothing to lose. I've died once today already.
Don't worry, I got one more charge in this bad boy.
You open the journal and skimming through the entries, just as we had with the prior journal. You find a description of Mrs. Durst. She very much enjoyed the garden. But she very much, similarly to Mr. Durst, describes a darkness coming over the land. And she describes her descent into madness. She describes an intense hatred for Mr. Durst and the nursemaid and the child that they begot. She describes her dealings with the cult and how they would kidnap wandering travelers, bring them into the house, chain them in the dungeons below, and sacrifice them to a dark lord. You get the sense that as she continues to write these passages, she's becoming more and more obsessed with the child of her husband and the nursemaid.
So what's it say?
Since none of these people use social media, I'm only inclined to believe that the nursemaid may also have a form of Facebook in her room. So I'm going to go look for a journal in her room.
So what does the journal say?
Nothing of great import. Something about trying to get travelers to come into their house so they can sacrifice them to a demon lord. But she said she was crazy, so it's really not a good source. Source evaluation is very important. I'm going over to the nursemaid's room.
I'm dying of curiosity. I would like to read the note that is on Mr. Durst's person.
I'm going to need a strength check to pry it from his literally cold dead hands.
What do you mean, stranger?
You need to he's mummified, the note is in his hand, you're going to have to break his hand to get it out. And then your strength modifier. Nope. It's
Plus
what
three.
from your yeah.
So it's 5.
Luckily, years of decay have left his bones quite brittle, and even though it was a meager, yoink that you made at his hands, they fell apart in his dust from his flesh. Poof, does it hit the ground, leaving behind brittle bones gnawed by insects and decayed by the sand of time. You read the note, and it describes Mr. Durst saying, after the loss of his youngest son at the hands of Mrs. Durst, he was so overcome by sorrow and the loss of the nursemaid as well, that he just couldn't take it anymore and saw no reason left to live.
Guys, I think you should come and look at this.
What is it?
So the note on Mr. Durst said that he committed suicide after the loss of his youngest son and wife, or not and wife, and the nurse. So I think we're looking for a child that may not be here.
Sounds like all of this happened a long time ago. So why are the children still here? And there's still the case of this mysterious basement, which we haven't
And also
found.
well, if the crazed ramblings of a woman such as Mrs. Durst are to be trusted, we probably don't want to be in the basement. That's where they sacrifice people.
Suppose.
Not be sacrificed.
I think we should go.
I'm still interested in the Facebook of the nursemaid. If let's check her closet for her drawers, or her drawers for her closet, rather. Wait, does she keep a diary?
I don't know. That's something you need to
I'm going to search for it.
go back into her room, and you see that there's like a bedstand next to her bed that has some drawers in it.
Very well. I'm going to search the entire room, high and low, and I got my first natural 20 of the game.
Ooh.
Okay, so you scour the whole room. You do not find a diary. However, you do find a secret button. Atop the, it was obscured by a painting which you overturned with your skills of deduction, and you found a secret button.
Elementary, dear Watson.
Says to himself.
I think that's what I'm supposed to say when I uncover something. That's a bingo.
So do you call everyone else? Did anyone follow him into the room? Or?
I don't know if they heard me yell, "That's a bingo."
I go to
Okay. Yeah. What's you said something about a bingo? Is that another one of these creatures I'm unaware of?
Gadzooks, it's the button.
Oh, okay.
Clearly, they have been concealing things within this house, and we have not been paying enough attention.
Fair
I'm
enough.
going to push the button if it's all right with everybody.
I think that's a good idea.
I push the button.
You push the button, and as soon as you press the button, you hear slamming noise towards the front of the room near the door, and you see a secret door has opened, leading to stairs that head further up into the house, presumably to the attic.
I thought there were only 3 stories. To the attic.
I suppose further up then.
At this point, it is a good stopping place, because to go to the attic, we would go up to level 2. But this is a nice break. I don't know if people are wanting to call it a night and resume next Sunday or keep going. I just wanted to give that option to everyone. It's close to 8.
Really?
Yeah. 7:45.
You said we'll get level 2 if we go up there?
Yeah, so as soon as you go upstairs, we're going to need to level everybody up.
Oh. That seems like a reasonable stopping point.
Yeah, I think so
Yes.
too. Especially since the next half of the house, should you continue to explore it, seems like it would take up about as much time as we've spent so far.
Yeah, I think that'd be, and then also since we're going to be getting more people next time, they'll be able to experience it. So
Hopefully we have someone else who can heal next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone just
We're logging out right now.
character sheets. If you are able to advance to level 2, after this, go for it. If you need help, we can do that at the start next time. But if possible, we'd like to shoot for starting as close to 4 as possible. It worked out well because we had to make characters today.
Yeah.
But I think Tim already has his character, and I don't know if John was going to make his character. You said, Corey.
Yeah, I'll make sure he makes it. Should I make it a level 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can have. Either they can choose to observe, or if they want to, oh, what are you talking about? We were here the whole time.
Or it could just be another group of people that got lured in by the children.
Could be.
Well, we could find him in the sex dungeon. I mean, torture dungeon.
yeah,
It's
They're all chained up and just
the red room, if you will.
the shades of
It's their own fault for not showing up. We can put them wherever we want.
Well, yeah, good job, guys. I think this was a really successful start to the campaign. You guys are thinking really critically. And
I just can't be hit anymore. As long as the damage is more than 4, I cannot be hit.
And we can also, I don't know if you've uncovered like rests in any of the podcasts you've seen, Jake,
Yeah.
but you can take a short or a long rest and recover health as well.
We want to.
Oh yeah, can we agree to take a short rest?
We'll just fall asleep together. I'll sleep in the chair.
I was going to say, I think it would make sense if we just started with full hit points at the end of, or beginning of next session. We're going to be leveling up anyhow.
We take a nice 4 to 8 hour long nap in the middle of this house.
the kids waiting outside.
Yeah. A short rest would heal us by a hit die, which should bring us back to full, which is only an hour long.
I feel like a short rest would probably be in order.
I think more reasonable, considering I'm like probably, if I'm playing as my character, not in the mood to like, oh wow, I could go for a nap. There's these terrifying children that just got us locked in this house.
Yeah.
I'll say an hour long.
Yeah, what I do at the beginning of each session, I ask you all to describe what happened the previous session. So I want you to retell the story. Because I found sometimes what I think happened and what you guys perceived as happening is different. And it's cool for you to all like collaboratively retell what happened. So we'll start out with that. But
Got
Yep.
notes.
shoot for 4 next Sunday. Nothing really else I can think of that needs to be covered.
Nice.
Have fun. Anything you would like changed or anything you especially liked?
I mean, I enjoyed it. Hopefully, you guys didn't find me annoying at all with my, my silent demeanor.
You played a really good
No,
game.
no, you're good.
I don't know if it was really weird for you guys having us on Zoom, but this was like really well integrated. It was comfortable.
No, this worked well.
Maybe next time we can figure out some kind of arrangement where you guys could see like me
Everybody.
and Ryan.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I know they have like Roll20 is a D&D like video software thing.
Huh.
Just a chair, man.
But also, oh yeah, you guys don't. You're on my computer, but like I have right above where you can see. You're on my flat screen, so we actually have a bigger picture of the shared screen and of you both. So like,
Yeah.
I can see both of you pretty well. Corey there in his Hobbit house.
Next week I do intend to be in person, but yeah, I got back and I was like, man, I was just around like 50 people, and I should probably not go expose myself just crossing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give it a week, and
Yeah, I don't expect that it all have been exposed to anything, because everybody who had been exposed was supposed to stay home, but just figured why risk it.
Any questions, or are we?
So we're gonna kind of have a short rest between these sessions.
Yeah, so we'll handle we'll level everybody up, because there's a lot of class features that happen at level 2 that we'll kind of describe what that's for the newbies, and then we'll continue the search of the attic, and
I got a class feature, but I can't do shit to have a long rest.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to come earlier again. Maybe earlier than I did already.
Yeah, I don't know that I can always promise to go as all out with like the snacks, but like I like wine. I don't think I'm gonna drink all of those bottles. So you should, for those in person, assume the relatively good collection of booze available. So.
I gotta say, the absinthe was particularly good.
I had a glass, and then Jake tried a glass.
Oh, so good.
Put you in the mood. Then I have scotch and Gentleman Jack, and then like a bunch of wines from like sweet to not as sweet in both red and white.
You got good at alcohol really fast. I remember last time it was like, I think I will try this alcohol thing.
That's me. What really did it, I took Davis's Vines to Wines class.
Uh-huh.
So that took me from like, I like sweet white wines, to it's just like, oh yeah, I'll have a Chianti stain, please. I got really bougie really fast with wine. And then I actually just started trying scotch this weekend.
Uh-huh.
A cousin of mine, I went and visited him for Labor Day. We went camping with my aunt's property, and he had me try some of his whiskey, and or his scotch, and like, it was like getting deep throated by a campfire. But after acting up along, I was like, I can actually picture eventually liking this. So.
Yeah, I still haven't acquired a taste for that. I just stick to craft beer.
But then I was the same way with coffee. I used to like only like mochas, and like now I drink black coffee, and that opened up my world so much. Like 2 sips and I already feel flushed with scotch. So like I see the appeal of it,
And you can sit there with your leather-bound books and maybe read some Pliny the Elder.
I got 2 more leather-bound books this summer, and I got Moby Dick, and then I got I forget the author, but it had like Treasure Island and The Strange Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It was like 7 collections from that author.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. All right, well, so I've been recording the sessions for people who missed out. It's going to the cloud on Zoom. I don't know how that works.
So basically, once you're done recording, you can either save it to the cloud or you can save it to your computer as a file.
Okay.
So depending on what you clicked to record, if you send it to the cloud, then you can go to your profile, go to your recordings, and it should be there.
Okay.
And if you say record on this computer, then you can actually send it to a file, and it'll be audio only, the Zoom.
Do you know, can I access from the cloud, and like, my idea, I wanted to like make like a YouTube channel specifically for showing what we've done.
Yeah, I think you could. I mean, isn't YouTube channels basically like put in a URL and upload that as like your?
Yeah, I just don't know if I can like download it from the cloud. I'll figure it out, but I'll try to trim the first 30 minutes where we were just dicking around, and then just, so if you want to look at part of it and remember what happened, or.
Yeah, I use it for a Plan ID for my presentations, and you can download it and upload it to like a OneDrive or. Cool. See you again.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Well,
I
Nice to
say
see
at
you guys
this
again.
point, session convened.
woo!
Perfect.
I will be here digitally next week.
Yeah, see you all soon.
Time's dead.
Nice to meet you guys again.
All right, take it easy, guys. Stay safe.
Thanks. You too.
All right.
Well, yay, that was sick. Oh, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a blast.
Oh, goodness.
I found out my little crossbow could hit a
online
truck.
person next week.
Either is